Two, we good to go? All right, we're going to go ahead and get started then. First off, I want to say thank you all for coming here. I'm Dan Mader, School Superintendent here at Davis County. We're really excited about what we want to share with you all and the idea and the concepts that we've been working on and developing and reaching out to you. Before we get into that, the first thing I want to say is how thankful I am personally for being a member of this community. And I tell folks this a lot. One of the things that helped me decide whether or not to come here 9 years ago, our school's motto, and that's one school, one community, one goal, the best that we can be. And that has rung true every single year throughout the entire process. And it's exciting to be a part of a community that really works hard to be supportive of each other and help each other thrive and succeed. And no matter what we're talking about, whether it's the hospital or the Southern Iowa Electric or the city or whoever we're talking about, whatever entity, CMTEL's right in there as well. We've got great people throughout the entire community that really believes in that community spirit. And that is what's so attractive to me personally. And I believe it's something that, we all know it is there. And if we can help project that to the rest of the world, then we know that people will like it too if they come and be part of Davis County and Bloomfield. So what I would like to do next is just kind of go around the room and introduce everyone from the schools team. And again, I'm Davis County, I'm the superintendent. Dan Mader is my name. I know and met most of, if not all of you. Becky Zessiger, if you just might want to wave, she's our director of curriculum and instruction. Kelsey Sankett is our communication specialist. She's brand new to the district, and we already like what we're seeing out of her and how she's helping us grow and develop as better communicators. Jenny Donald's high school principal has done an outstanding job for the last, 3 years now? 3 years, and then how many years as an elementary principal before then?
9 before that.
So Jenny is Davis County through and through. Michelle Grove is one of our local folks here that has done an awesome job as a teacher for many years here in the district, and she also serves not only as a high school teacher but our multi-occupational. What did we decide the C stood for? Certified. So that means that basically she has a special certification that allows her to helps us make connections with different groups and actually get agreements set up to where we can have students working with employers that are out there. And I also have Marla Wilfon, our high school guidance counselor, who's done a phenomenal job for the district many years. And I want to compliment this group of here from the school who's put a lot of hard work into trying to set up and develop the conditions for success and partnerships with our school district and our community leaders out there in our businesses to provide terrific opportunities for our kids that may not exist as well as we would like them to exist right now. And so let's talk a little bit about the why, and then I'm going to be done talking and turning over to everyone else because I know everyone's on their lunch period, and I want to be short and sweet to the point. So we developed our strategic plan, our school district strategic plan. It's been a couple years in progress, and last year we had the final version approved by the Board of Education. And I want to highlight 3 bullets that we're really working on that are goals as part of that strategic plan. And that is, the first one is we have a student achievement goal, and we want to ensure that all kids develop the skills and have the necessary experiences to be college and career ready. And we hear that all the time, and that is a goal that I would say most school districts have something like that. But our purpose is to be very intentional and very purposeful with that goal specifically, and that's a big part of why we're talking with you all today. The next is a student developmental goal: develop productive, employable citizens who exhibit good character and demonstrate social responsibility. We know that you all need high quality employees. As I talk to different folks, or we talk to different folks that are out there, we're experiencing maybe a little bit here at school. It seems like it's harder and harder to find just high quality people who are willing to work and willing to learn a trade or learn a craft and be excited about that. So we know that's an area that we as a school district can help you all be successful in your ventures. So we just know that we're committed to that. And the last goal that we want to mention is I want to mention is the school and community connections goal. We really think in order to achieve maybe the other two that we've talked about, if we can provide authentic learning experiences or opportunities in collaboration with families and different community partners like you all, we can help students identify what they're excited about, what they may not be excited about, help them on a career path, and really work well together to help kids reach their full potential and help you all out in the process, which helps our community and makes it more and more attractive, and we're on a glide path for success. So I've already went over my time allotment, so I'm going to hand it right off to Jenny and Marla.
Okay, so part of this process that has come about from the state is that all students are required to begin a 4-year plan. That starts in 8th grade. The goal of that plan is to guide students toward a career as they go through high school. So rather than randomly taking classes, it gives students, and maybe even forces them a little bit to plan purposefully the classes they want to take, and hopefully that will guide them toward being able to jump into a career or being able to jump into post-secondary education that will guide them toward that career, allow them the training to do that when they graduate from high school. So we obviously want students to have authentic experiences as they go through high school that will help them decide which careers are of interest to them. And as Dan pointed out, which careers are not interesting or not something that they want to go into. Sometimes when students think they like something, the truth is they get into that and it ends up maybe not being their choice. And if we can help students avoid additional college costs by not taking classes that they thought they wanted to take and getting into exposing themselves to careers that they thought they wanted to be in, and then finding out a year or two into that college experience that that's not really the direction they want to take, we would like to help students be able to avoid that if we can. So these experiences can include things like mentors, which will give students an extra adult that might not necessarily be related to a school district position, but would give them an opportunity to bounce ideas or career conversations off of another adult. It may include things like job shadowing, internships, and other just work experiences that might give them hands-on experiences toward really exploring those career opportunities. So this obviously will take a lot of connections with the community. It'll take a lot of community support and certainly some strong partnership between the community and those businesses in the school district. Who's next? Sorry.
And some of this leads into why we need to make sure that kids are starting off on a good foot and leading into their next steps past high school. Most freshmen, most high school seniors think they'll graduate with their bachelor's degree on time. As you can see by the statistics, less than half actually do. And if we can do anything and everything within our power to make sure that their next steps after high school are as affordable or are as important, that's not the word I want, but that they can get where they need to be as quickly as they can, so they can save money, they can start contributing to the community, so they can just start being good members of society as soon as possible.
Okay, so we know that our students have a lot to gain out of partnerships like this. We also wanted to address what we think the community can gain from working with us and with our students. So the first bullet point on there, to make a difference in a student's life, we want you to understand that that we think the role that you're going to play with our students is really important. And we mentioned before, just having an adult that they can talk to about a career and get ideas from, we think is really important to them and will really make a difference to some of our students. The second part about shaping your own employees, we obviously at the school give them a base of knowledge on, the careers, on employment skills, but if you are working with these students, you can kind of shape them the way you want. You can teach them your business operating procedures, your values, and if most of that's going to be a very little cost to you to do that. If they do a good job when they're with you and you decide to retain them, then that is will be a savings for you both in time and money, not having to train somebody right from the beginning. And then finally, the needed, provide us input on needed training. We are always looking for ideas to help our students be college and career ready. We want them to leave our building and be successful. So getting input from community members on what skills those are. I know in meetings that we've had, we always hear soft skills are important, and we do work on those, but we really want them to be as well prepared as they can be, so that when they leave us, they are ready to be a good citizen, a good employee. And we're hoping that by partnering with local businesses, they realize all of the opportunities that we have in Davis County, and we are able to keep some of them in our community instead of them leaving. So we think that there are a lot of great things that can come from this for us, for our students, and for you also.
All right, and I'll take that last bullet point there, positive PR through district messaging. So we are committed to making these partnerships successful regardless of whatever partnership level you decide to engage in. But we plan to include more tangible benefits as well. So we're still kind of finalizing these, but you can see the brand mock-ups here. So one of the things we can do is to add the tagline of sharing that you are a partner in this program. So when you're talking with your customers or whatever, you can kind of show off that you are helping the community and helping our students. And then in addition to that, we are of course going to share the successes that are that we have. And so anytime if you want to come to our classroom with the whole class experience, which we'll talk about the different levels in a minute, but no matter what it is, we'll share that you did this with our students, and we'll put it out on social media. We'll share it with all of the the paper and wherever else we can share it to get your message out there as well whenever we're engaging in this partnership. So we'll do whatever we can to share that message for you guys.
All right, so in the email that we sent you, we included a link to a survey, and when we share the slides with you, we'll also you'll also have a link to that survey as well. The purpose of this is to help us gather information from you about what kinds of experiences you might be interested in sharing with our students, and different levels of commitment, and an opportunity to really give us feedback so that the connections we make are very purposeful. After we're finished going through these different levels, then we'll have a few minutes that if you have specific questions about this, you can certainly ask us, or if you have other questions, we'll try to answer those as well. So in the survey, you will be asked about a level or a type of involvement, and you have a simple yes, no answer there. If you answer no, it skips you right ahead to the next section. So it looks long, but it really shouldn't take you too much time to do. However, the more information you can give us in those questions, the better, or the easier it will be for us to make a good connection. So the first level of involvement that we want to talk about is really about a whole class involvement. And this is the only section of the survey that is really talking about our whole district, from pre-K all the way through seniors in high school. And the purpose of this kind of connection would be to help kids connect what they're learning to maybe the real world, so to speak. It also helps create awareness right from the very beginning of their school experience, create awareness of what career possibilities might be, things that they might not know or have direct interaction with in their day-to-day life. And it could also provide them opportunities to do some hands-on activities that kind of allows them to try on a different role than just student. So it could include things like class visits. It could be a structured activity. It could be a Zoom session where maybe you can't really have kindergartners out in your shop, but you could show them a process or something through the internet. It could be something like a field trip that, you know, we could be very structured. It could also be something like a lunch and learn. Like maybe you just want to come in during lunch, kids get their lunch, and maybe come and talk to you about a day in the life of whatever your career choice is. These opportunities would probably be the least amount of time commitment and would be incidental or occasional. It's not an everyday thing, but you know what? When the opportunity arises, it's a great connection to have. So if you would be interested in helping us out with a whole class opportunity, then this is your opportunity to share your information in that section of the survey.
Okay, so the next level that we have in that survey is around job shadowing. So job shadowing might be the first time that a student would get to really get some experience at observing in that particular field. And it would be very short term. So it might be a day in the life of a person working in a particular field. It might be a couple of days. It could be one single student at a time. It could be a small group or a pair of students also. So during this experience, we would expect students would mostly observe, but could also help with simple tasks if that's something that could be made available to them. So it's also a time for students to be able to ask questions, and a time for you as a business to share any information that you might want students to understand about the type of work that you do, including any kind of training they would have to have or any other requirements that they would need to be able to join that field.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about work experience. We started this class last year, was it just last year? And the spring was obviously a hard one with being out of school, but we are building this program. I have juniors and seniors who are in my class from about 2 o'clock, before 2 o'clock until 3:30, so it's 7th and 8th hours for us. They spend about the first 30 days or so of the semester in class with me. So we talk about a lot of job seeking skills, writing a resume and a cover letter, interviewing. We look at networking and filling out a job application, and then we go into more job keeping skills. So those soft skills that we know are very important. We talk about workplace ethics. We talk about safety training and taxes and filling out your W-4s and what to do with your W-2s, all of those things, so that hopefully we give them a base of knowledge then to come out and be a better fit with you. So then about the last 50 days of class, they go out to a work site and they can do a variety of tasks with you. Those experiences can be paid if you choose to, or they can be unpaid. And the majority of the ones that we've had are unpaid, and that's perfectly fine because they're gaining a lot of knowledge and experience with you. But it's a great way for a student to have real on-the-job experience, to get to practice those things like showing up on time and working hard while you're there and listening and asking questions. So we feel like it's an invaluable experience for those students that choose to be in this class to get some real employment skills before they graduate.
And the last level of involvement would be internship. Internship would be considered essentially a short-term job where the student would come to the place of employment, gain introductory experience in a certain profession. Again, the benefits are twofold. So the student would be able to gain experience and skills in that profession. They would be able to learn different careers. They would be able to strengthen their resume and college applications. And internships can be paid or unpaid, so students potentially could earn some money. Like most business owners, I think we need to think about the benefits to the company as well. And so companies in the area could find future employees They could maybe avoid some bad hires with kids who realize this isn't the profession they're interested in. Again, increase the visibility of the business. The business could still give back to the community. I know it's important to find skilled laborers, and internships are a good way to close that skills gap. So when you do have an intern and maybe they do turn into a future employee, they would already have the skills or the mindset or the philosophy of your company. So again, internships are a lot more extensive. There's probably a lot more required on the school side and the business side, but they would be the last level of involvement and hopefully the best.
That's the end of us sharing with you things that we want to reach out and make those connections with you. This is an opportunity. If you have questions that you would like to ask of us, feel free to unmute yourself and ask those questions, and we'll do our best to answer.
Before we get into that, can I just add a couple things, if I may?
Yeah.
This is where everybody here gets really nervous, right? So, so one of the things that I think about, in order for us to really develop a program that, and we're looking at the program from when they start in elementary till the end, till they graduate. And we really are looking at it from not just from our perspective and our kids' perspective, but like Marla was just saying, how it can best benefit and help you. So what we ask you to do as you're going through this, thinking about, if you, ideally for us, we have as many folks willing to engage in all of these different levels, obviously, because then we can start creating opportunities for kids as they go through school. If we know what the level of commitment is out there, we can better provide more and more experiences for kids. And we think that would be great for us. So as you're going through this, I just ask you to really think hard about, what can you do, and can you see yourself doing that? We also know that we might learn that there might be some job type prerequisites that you all might have in your companies or your businesses, that we might need to maybe retool some of the pre-work experience classes, coursework that we do here, so we could do a possible certification level type courses here for their readiness for you all to receive. Those are all different opportunities that we can figure out as we go. Anyway, we're really excited about the opportunities that we think that are out there for kids, and just know that we need to do a good job of coordinating with you all. So I'll be quiet and listen. John.
So I gather that you don't have any parameters aligned yet for this project. Is that correct?
No, we do have some parameters. But let me ask you, what do you mean by parameters, John?
I can't hear you.
What do you mean by parameters, John?
Well, I mean, there's all types of different businesses out here. Like mine, due to the sensitivity of everything I do here, I can't, have somebody here, but I can, coach them on what I do and what the possibilities are and what it would take to do what I do, things like that. I don't know if that's of any value for what you're speaking of or not.
Well, I think absolutely. That's why we're looking at, there's different ways, businesses can partner, right? And even if you've got a job, or you have certain requirements that really limit what you can and can't do with kids, well, then we just ask if we can, think about the other levels that you could participate in. And that's coming in and talking with kids about the kind of work that you do, or possibly setting up different opportunities for field trips, whole class type field trips. So kids can see. What I'm excited about is kids can see and get excited about, hey guys, there's all kinds of opportunities for me right here in Davis County, that I don't have to go out, too far from home to have a really cool experience in whatever career they choose. So yeah, there's different. Yeah, we don't have to get to the highest level for sure, We know that there's certain restrictions that are out there that we can't overcome.
All right. So another thing, my system is so sensitive here. You're going to have to email me directly that survey because my system won't allow me to open it. And I know, you know, I've spoken to you before, Dan and Jennifer and Marla, that I'm always willing to partner with the school to help facilitate what you're trying to do. So I just wanted to leave it at that.
Thanks, John. Any other questions out there? Jonathan Tavera.
Yes, sir. So I guess I just wanted to, echo sort of the importance of this. We currently operate in a very similar format to this without the partnership with the school. Every summer we hire part-time help for some of our technician work. The summer is obviously more of our busy time where we're having new fiber put in the ground, that kind of thing. So having part-time assistance is vital to us during those times. And a lot of our part-time employees have gone on to become full-time technicians with our staff. Currently, we have at least 2 or 3 that started out as a part-timer that picked up and realized, you know, I can make a career out of this. What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take to, you know, join on as a full-timer? So I know our company would find a lot of value in making this partnership more of a uniform process with either the school or whoever else we need to involve, just because we're seeing the success of that even to this day. So.
Thanks, Jonathan. That's very helpful. I do see that there's lots of opportunities like that, and I would bet that. And we also know that there's age restrictions on different things that, you know, folks would like to do, or like John's before you were saying, different levels of access or you know, different types of clearances that you've got to have to do whatever kind of work. We understand all of that, so that's great to hear. Who else? Anybody have any questions or concerns or comments?
Melissa, did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wondered, the PowerPoint that you all gave, is that can we print that off out of the invitation, or can that be sent just so, you know, we could send it up to the powers that be in our organization?
Lindsay, did you have a question? Or Melissa, were you saying something? I think you might have went on mute.
I didn't hear the answer about the PowerPoint. Is that available?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Lindsay, did you have your hand raised?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I think this is a really good thing that the school is offering. I think it's a great idea. And as I was listening to everyone presenting, I couldn't help but think that when I was in high school, what seems like a million years ago now, I remember taking a class about advertising and I loved it. And now I'm in advertising. And so I feel like I can confidently say this does work. And so I think this is a really good thing to offer the students in Davis County.
Thanks, Lindsay. Great.
Hi, Dan. I think you know where I stand on this subject. Southern Iowa Electric will be involved in any way that we possibly can. In fact, I've got a Post-it note on my computer now with 3 young folks that are likely to go into this industry. We keep tabs on them, and as a matter of fact, we learned the salutatorian of last year's graduating class was interested in being local and studying accounting, and we're working with her right now over the holidays, and she's going to be back this summer to intern at Southern Iowa Electric, as well as a young person that's in the senior class this year. So we've only got so much headspace as far as being a safety sensitive organization, but we will do whatever we can as far as coming to classrooms or job shadowing or interning. Appreciate the effort.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. We're looking forward to, more opportunities with you guys as well. Anyone else have any questions or comments or anything for the good of the cause? So here's what I'll just say for the group too, as we get ready to maybe sign off, or we'll leave it open for a few more questions. Hey, we are all available to answer any questions anybody might have. We have a framework. We think we have a pretty good framework of making this very intentional and providing kids with opportunities and also being very supportive of you all and your goals and objectives as well. So please don't hesitate to reach out if there's any questions you might have. We also know that we're kind of building this a little bit as we go, and so we will be as flexible as we absolutely can. We see things like the ability to award high school graduation credits for kids who may be working a summer internship, and which I don't know that we've done that before. So it's things like that, and maybe Marla's the expert there. We may or may have not, but we're also we're trying to do what makes sense, and I really like the idea, and I think Lindsay, you brought it up, is that if we get kids opportunities to see different things that are out there, it will excite them more about pursuing whatever it is they want to pursue. When we have that, we also know that they become better students. I mean, I know me, for example, right? Once I figured out what the heck I wanted to do, I started zeroing in on that and really cared about what I was learning about. It made everything more relevant. So we just think that this is a great thing that we're working towards, and we're really excited about working with all of you and for providing great opportunities for kids in Davis County. I think a natural effect that's going to occur is people will catch wind of this and be real excited about sending their kids to Davis County. And if we can help you all be successful, we can help each other be successful, then we as a system, as a community, get much better. And I know that you've heard several of you heard me say this. The most important driver in public education is resident student enrollment. And that means we need kids and families living and raising families right here in Davis County. And we all benefit when that kind of thing happens. Our entire community does. So, I'm excited about it, and I know we are, and we hope that you guys are as well. And we look forward to more and more conversations and putting this into practice, ready for this fall. And we're committed to that and doing the best we can and learning as we go. So I'll stop talking and start listening. Anybody else here have any comments?
Just want to say thank you to everybody for joining today, and to echo what Dan said, absolutely, we're learning as we go. So if you have suggestions or thoughts or ideas, we absolutely want to hear them. So thank you.
Any other questions? We'll stick around for a bit. All right, got anything, Kelsey? Anybody yet? All right, well, you guys have a great rest of your day. Again, thanks for spending time with us over your lunch hour.
Thanks for hosting us today.
You bet.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.